Hello, everybody! Today for Creative Creatures, we're going to see how I draw a crane operator. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description, and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first, and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description, and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, I don't know what I'm doing yet. And by that, I mean I said two different things for this beginning. And I'm just going to decide in the end which one it's going to be. I mean, I know what I'm drawing, but the name, I'm torn with the name because there's two different things I think are funny, and one of them I think I like a little bit better than the other. So what I will probably do is just make a decision and then stick with it. And you'll probably never know. But for me personally, I know that I did too, and we'll see where it goes from here. But it struck me as funny, and I couldn't decide which one I wanted to go with. So whatever I ended up naming it, that's what I went with. I don't think I'll reveal the other one, just because I know people don't really watch this anyway, and no one's really going to be asking, well, what was it? Maybe if someone does, I'll say it, but it's not that important, really. That's really what it's coming down to. Is it's really not that important. But for me, it's kind of silly that I couldn't decide. But the idea is it's a crane, and then crane as in also like crane, So that was really it. That's all. And I just thought I wanted to put a bird in human clothes. That's really about it. That's all it was. And I wanted to make him like a worker. He knows what he's doing, and so he's gonna have a belt on that's got some stuff to carry stuff in, stuff like that. I just wanted to make a funny looking bird in human clothes. That's really about it. And I'm trying to decide where to go from here because I might be done with Creative Creatures. I'm not saying I'm done, but maybe it's time to move on to something else. I haven't quite decided yet. Mainly, I do Creative Creatures because I can make these into coloring books. Other characters, I can't because copyrights and stuff. I don't own any of that stuff, so I can't do Star Wars books and stuff like that. I wish I could. I wish I could give you that because, man, the black and white drawings, they're so cool, so much fun, and I wish you could do more than just watch me color them. I wish you could color them too, but again, due to copyrights and all that stuff, I can't. So unfortunately, all you're ever gonna see is these that I can make on my own. Like because I make the Creative Creatures, I can make coloring books. Whereas Star Wars I can't. So that's why I do Creative Creatures. It's something that I can make some money on. I can offer you coloring books to actually draw them, But that's it. And so, that being said, I'm trying to decide if I want to make more or if I'm done with it. I'm going to move on to something else. But the problem is, I don't know what else I'm going to move on to. Okay, I think that might be good enough for a sketch. Let me see. Let me give him his face real fast. There's not much I can do for a face because it's just going to be, the old crane head. Old Ichabod crane head. And I don't think I'm going to put the little hat on him like I did in the picture. I think he's fine without it. So yeah, I think I'm good there. I think I'm good with the sketch. Let me erase some of these lines and then we'll get going. Also, make sure I didn't fall off the page. Nope, good to go. Okay, so what I like to do is I throw the first initial lines down. Those are my sketch lines. And I draw them very lightly. So as I'm going, and as I get more confident with my placement, because I want to make sure it's where I want it to be, I start pressing harder. Those are my confidence lines. And I want my Sharpie to stand out, not my pencil line. So when I'm ready to go, I start erasing lightly, and it erases the sketch lines, but leaves the confidence lines, because those take more pressure. I'm not quite adding enough pressure to erase those, so that's I'm getting a weird rubbing sound. You hear it? And so that's why I erase a little bit. You don't have to. If you're working with pencil, you just keep going. But I think I'm ready to go. I say we welcome all the skippers and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but a pen's a little finer than the fine point. It can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. And if you want to see more creative creatures, look at that playlist there. Or just check out the playlist in general, because I do so many different things. I may have already drawn what you're looking for. So I'm going to jump right in with the Sharpie fine point and follow my sketch. And again, I've sketched this out, so that's why I'm just drawing randomly here. I know where it's going to go. I'm going to start off with the head. It's going to do something like this, down to the beak. Like that. And let me kind of bring it out a little bit so it's not so much of a point. Not supposed to be that pointed, but that's how I drew it, right? There we go. I like that. I like that. Let's see. Let's do the eye. I was trying to decide whether I want to do the eye or move on with the rest of the head, but let's do the eye. It's just a tiny little boop like that. I'm going to color it in later. And I think same thing for the face, like the bill and all that stuff, like where the feathers separate the beak. I think I'm going to do that with color. But I want to just do something like that just to show that it's separated and it's going to bleed into feathers, right? But that's good for now. I can get going with this. So I'm going to bring the neck down. Just come through like this into his shirt or her shirt. Guess it doesn't really make a difference, right? And then, so, you know, I've already talked about this in the sketch. I just wanted to draw a bird with human clothes. It's funny to me, and I wanted to do it. So there's the collar going around like that. And so I put suspenders on and a big baggy shirt. So I'm just going to kind of do like that. That's where the suspenders are pushed down on the clothing. The same thing over here, kind of bring it down a little bit. Then bag up the shirt. I'm gonna make it a really big baggedy, squinchy shirt because they need a big set of clothes to cover all these wings, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go out this way. And I know it's very bumpy, but that's how I want it. I want it to look like it's a bunch of wrinkles. Here's the front of the shirt, and maybe I should do the belt so we can draw up. Let's do that. Let's draw the belt. I'm gonna do something kind of like this. And then I'll add some detail in a second. I'm gonna put some packs, little what do you call it? Little utility packs where it carries some extra stuff. Let's start adding some detail so you see where we are. Now you see how I didn't connect that line right there? It's because I didn't know where the belt was gonna be, but now that I know where it's gonna be, I can go ahead and connect it. And I don't know what I'm doing for a belt here. I just decided to make some kind of belt shape. Right, some kind of connector. I'll do it on the other side too. But I just wanted to start adding a little bit of detail to kind of make it like our own, you know, our own design. Cool. Now let's connect this and keep building. All right, let's do the other side of the belt. We're going to say it connects into something like this. Almost the same kind of thing, just some kind of connector. So it's not like a real belt, right? It's a bird belt. You know, bird belts. Let's see, let's again put another pack on there. Let's do something a little bit bigger. Like this one is for the bigger version, the bigger juice box. You know, it carries this juice box, and it's. I was trying to think of another snack chip, but I couldn't think of one. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't say anything. That way I don't get sued for promoting snack packs and treats that I don't own, right? There we go. Just some kind of detail for the strap. And let's put a button on this one for the straps it's on its belt. And let's do another one. We'll do a small one back here, like you can't really see it, right? Like it's behind that. And this one we'll say you can see. We'll say it's about the same size, right? But it's more turned, right? So as this one is turned like this one's turned more like that. So you're seeing more of the side. All right, so again, let me add some detail just to give it that side profile shot. There we go, and that's it, good. But now that I have that, I can draw everything up. So let me draw the suspenders that I want to attach to this. Where did I put it? Over here, there. Okay, so let's bring it down. Like that. And we're gonna say it's attached to the belt. That way we're not worried about where it's gonna hit. All right, not bad. So again, also now that I have this, I can draw the shirt. And so I know where the wings are gonna be. So I'm gonna start drawing some wrinkled little shirt. So again, I drew a whole bunch of them. So let's start playing around with some wrinkles and folds just to say, well, that's how much of a shirt is there and wrinkled and folded. There we go. I like that. Let's see if there's coming through like this. We're gonna say it's up there. We're gonna say this one's coming through there. Let's put some in the middle too. Kind of really wrinkling it up. All right, I like that. I like that. Let's do the same thing here. Then we'll do the wings. Okay, so we're gonna bring the shirt up. It's kind of all wrinkled and mangled and bojangled. All right, not bad, not bad, not bad. All right. Looking good, looking good. How's yours looking? Awesome, I hope. All right. I keep reaching up to scratch my eye. My eye is really itching right now. Okay. All right, got it, got it, got it. Okay, looking good. So now let's draw the wings. Just follow me out with this. All right. So if the wings coming through like this, I'm gonna kind of draw the feathers and not draw the feathers. Does that make sense? Like we're not gonna draw every single feather. We don't have time for that. So I'm just gonna kind of accent, and then we'll come back and play around with you. Okay. I'm gonna spread out these, and then it's gonna fall into with the rest of them, like grouped together. Does that make sense? Like that. Okay, now I'm gonna start to group them into, well, they're like this. They're like folded over on each other, right? So that's what I mean by I'm gonna draw them, but I'm not. Okay. And there's some black wings in there too, so I kind of want to separate it just a little bit like this, and that's where the black wings are going to start. But to do the same thing, I'm just gonna do like the bumps. You know, because that's where the feathers are all, again, all grouped together. Oops. There we go. And I'll add, again, a little bit more detail with the other Sharpie. But again, I've got a bunch of separated colors, so I'm going to do like this. Because it is black, but there's also white too, so. And there we go, something like that. So I'll play around with a little bit of color here, or a little bit of separation, but mostly it's gonna be black and white. I'm not too worried about all the little details. We'll do some separations like that. You know, just to kind of accent that there's more there. Because there are little feathers. And maybe this one comes back like that, you know. So again, if you want to add more lines, go for it. I'm just adding a few accent lines. And that's really what I like the small Sharpie for anyways, to add little tiny accents to make it, to complement the thick line that I'm drawing with. Okay? Let's see, maybe we'll do like that, just a couple of, like that, you know, kind of accenting those. And that's it. That's all we're gonna do. Again, color's gonna take care of a lot more, but it's just there for us to have a little fun. So let's draw this other one over here. And we're kind of doing the same thing. So we're just gonna kind of come up here. Again, they're gonna have them kind of spread out, you know, and then I'm gonna bring it in to its brothers, sisters, cousins, or whatever you want to call them, like the clump. You know, bring it back to the clump. There we go. And then I'm going to do like I did there, just kind of boom, 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 you know? And I want to do like I did there too, the separation of black line or black feather, like that. And then I'll come back and do exactly like we did, just more highlight, more highlight. Okay, I'm gonna touch right there. And let's see, so we did like some coming out. Some big boys. And then these coming through like this. So I'm more of a puller than a pusher, so I like to I'm gonna step my way up this way. Maybe. Something like that, right? What else did I do? Those climb up that way, that can do that, so let's add like that. Not bad. Not bad for some quick crane feathers. Again, you can draw more out if you want. I just wanted to draw a few like this, just to kind of accent them. And I always say I'm not going to draw every single line, then I start drawing a bunch of lines like that. You're welcome to add more if you want. I just didn't think you want to watch me draw every little feather like that, you know? So I think that's good for me. Oh, I'm sorry. Every time I say I think that's good, I'm walking away. I see, oh, you should do this. You should do some of those. You should add that. So there. Now I'm walking away from that, okay? All right, so I'm gonna draw his pants, his little worker pants. All right. All of this has been leading up to this. This is all I wanted. I just wanted to draw pants on a bird. It was just one of those days. I felt like, what am I going to do today? I know. I'm going to draw pants on a bird. Okay. So now we're getting back to a little bit more bird. I'm going to draw his knobby knees. I'm going to come down this way. A little bit of knob into the boot. Knob into the boot. Let's do both. Into the boot. There. And now we're just going to draw some boots. Just old worker boots. Nothing too crazy. Right, just some kind of worker boot like that. Let's build that up. We'll say this big old heel, just some kind of big old worker boot. Let's add some laces. Normally I don't add laces because it's just like it's so tiny. There's not too much detail we can do. But if I do it in black like this, I can at least lace them up and just say, well, they're black laces. Right? We're just going to keep it simple. We're going to do that. Just black X's across. That way we're not too worried about exactly if they're perfect. And see, all it does is create, what do you call it? It breaks up the negative space is what it does. Okay, good there. Let's draw the other boot. I'm gonna leave the knees alone. Again, I'm gonna do it with color, but they're good like they are. You know, I think I don't wanna mess them up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead before I add all that. I'm gonna do exactly what I just did, but ahead of time. Like I did it reversed last time. I drew the tiny detail, then I did the laces. This time I'm just drawing the laces. Now I'll do the tiny detail. And by tiny detail, that's all I'm really doing. And I said I wasn't going to do anything on the legs, but yeah, let's do a little something. A little bit of the knob for the knobby legs, like that. But there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. For creative creatures, that is a crane operator. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.